I recently decided to resurface my drift boat with some new undercoating. I researched the web and I found a product called Wetlander, and I was really impressed with some of the videos and information I found on it. So my video is to show you how I resurfaced the bottom of my drift boat using their product, and this video should take you through step by step. I started by removing the old glovette off the bottom of the boat, roughing up the surface, and then wiping down all of the leftover dust with acetone. From there, I prepped it and got it ready for the first coat of Wetlander primer.
Mix it.
So this is the mixture, the primer, Wetlander primer. And then that's the catalyzer. We're all mixed up. We're ready to go. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. And just leave that in there. Here you go. Still videoing. I'm going to start back here. Inch nap, it says. It says it'll fish eye some. It's sneaky. Just like painting. Okay, there's the first layer of primer on the Willie. First layer of primer laid down. We got heaters underneath it, heating it up. It's definitely warm to the touch. Ventilation's not very good in here right now. So I applied the first coat of Wetlander primer and then applied about 2 more coats, waiting about 10 to 15 minutes for it to dry to the touch, and added the remainder of my primer, using up all of my half gallon of primer. Next, I'll jump ahead to finishing the boat with my top coat, which I only applied 1 coat and I reserved some for future use. Okay, I just applied the final top coat of Wetlander. I'm actually going to reserve some, so I used about 2/3 on my top coat. And here's the result. Leave a little bit more right here. A little bit more. That's what we got. Got a nice, I rolled it on. It's got a little bit of texture to it from the brush, but it's very slick. Got 2 heaters going underneath it right now to get it warm under there. I got my buddy heater, and then I got a little milk house heater going underneath it. So far so good. Everything that they told me it would do, it's doing. And you follow the instructions, it works really good. Everything about it, just you got to keep rolling on it. When it fish eyes on you, you just got to keep rolling, and eventually it all tightens up as it gets a little harder. So I'll keep the heat on it tonight. It should be dry at least by tomorrow, but hopefully cured out in about 5 days. Keep it in my garage. It's about 55 or 60 in here most of the time, so I'm hoping that it'll be ready to roll by Saturday. That's it. Okay, just pulled the masking tape off on my vinyl coat here, and you can see I just did kind of about a 1/4 inch wrap on the sides. So just bringing it over a little bit. It turned out really good. Just use the blue masking tape, and the paint stopped right there. It looks great. Very happy with it. Just to have a better look down it. So there it is. Okay, so this is the last segment of my video. This is the top coat that I used, and I just applied it. I ended up using about close to 2/3 of it. You can see my mark on that. I wanted to reserve some of the top coat so that I could touch up the boat when I needed, and actually the amount I used, I got close to 2 coats on there. So I used the primer all the way up, and I got close to 4 coats with it. So very happy with it. One thing I did do is I added some pigment. I just got a small amount of black pigment from the hardware store, and added that because I wanted to darken it up. I didn't like how light the color that I got was, so happier with the darker color. So I will show you the outcome of the darker color. There it is on the boat. You see it's getting dry. I've got 2 heaters under it still. I'll keep those there. And super slick. It's already dry to the touch, so you know you can rub your hand across it. It's still got a cure, but super slick surface. Very happy with the way it went on, and I like the color a little better. So the slate color was just a little too light. I left the primer that color and just darkened the top coat. So just something I did. Wanted to say thank you to Matt for helping me get the boat in the garage, get it upside down, and help me get things prepped up a little bit and get started on this. Something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I gotta say, putting this stuff on is a lot like just painting with a roller. It definitely fish eyes and separates a little bit when it's first applied, but after a little while, just as the instructions tell you, you just keep going over it, and after say 5 or 10 minutes it tightens up. So you just keep hitting it with a roller. I pretty much exclusively used a roller, and I did use a small brush, a little 2-inch brush for tight spots, you know, down, getting in little nooks and crannies in the back of my area where my plugs go, and just sometimes in these little seams along here. You use a brush, but for the most part I used the roller for everything. So I did use blue tape right here all the way through, and left myself about a 1/4 inch wrap around, and the result is really nice. I really like it. It looks sharp, and I just think that you know, it's just a little touch that I use that I liked a lot. So 16-foot Willie boat guide model is what I have here. Plenty of material with the Wetlander 1/2 gallon primer and catalyst, and then the 1/2 gallon top coat. I applied about 3.5, 3, close to 4, if a really thin fourth coat of primer. I roughed it up with 220, and then I added I applied the top coat, just pretty much one coat of that, maybe slightly more, going over it. One other little thing I wanted to show you is a little project I did with my Sawyer Light ash oars. You can see it if you look up close. I have a product on here called Goop, and it's a marine goop. It's made by the same company that makes shoe goo, and it's actually real similar, but it's a super hard rubberized glue varnish, and the ends of my oars were getting really haggard, delaminating. I'd use those rubber oar savers, and those things are not worth the money. One of them ripped and the other one came off. The oars stay wet on the end, and I think that kind of contributed to some of the problems I was having. But I filled in all my gaps and crevices with this product, and it dries super hard, but is super tough. It just feels like almost like Glove-It, actually, a really thick Glove-It. And I taped it off with blue masking tape all the way around both sides, and did both sides. So I'm really happy with that. I may hit it with another coat, but real happy with that product too. So there you have it. That's Wetlander, and it's everything they say it is, and I'm super excited to get my boat back out on the water after I let it cure for about 5 days here in my garage, and hopefully get out and catch some more steelhead. Thanks to everybody at Wetlander for selling me the product and kind of coaching me through it. Really easy. It's just basically like painting with a roller, and I'm excited to try it out. Thanks a lot, and that's all for now.
It's great to be alive. Right in the middle of the road. We're gonna have a word with him. That is not how we roll at Ree. Perfect.
ashes for